I used my last frozen spaghetti from my dad's spaghetti recipe the other day. So I'm going to make up a large pot, 5 onions, bunch of ribs of celery, of course a lot of garlic, and in this case I'll be using 3 pounds of ground meat. I'll be using my own canned tomato sauce. I have a little one from Publix that I need to get rid of, and I have a tomato paste. So I'll be cooking in a large heavy Magnolite pot, and this will cook all day. So I'll get some oil in the bottom of this. I'll saute my onion, celery, and garlic, and then I'll pull that out, and then I'll be browning my 3 pounds of ground meat as I put together my spaghetti sauce. The amount of onion that I used filled to the top, my little Vidalia chop wizard, which I really like, so it really filled one up. So that's how much onion you need, enough to fill your Vidalia onion chopper wizard thing. My oil's ready, so I'm going to drop in my celery and onion, and then towards the end I'll add my garlic. It's on my super burner, which gets hot bad. I chopped all this in my wizard, so I'm going to get it all out. I ain't wasting nothing. I'm going to get the packs of ground beef out. That I only buy ground beef when it's on sale, and I either can it or I put it in food saver bags, and there have been some really good sales. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one. I wrap mine in wax paper. I have a video on that, so that I can freeze meats without it absorbing into and ruining my food saver bag. But it is a very good way to preserve meat. It is not going to get freezer burn, provided this bag does not get a hole in it of any type. So I got to keep an eye on my vegetables, because they would be very easy to burn. And then I'll remove those vegetables, and then I'll brown the ground beef. I forgot. I'm going to use my marinara sauce that I can, and so I may add another one, but I'll take a look at it. But these are 2 pints of, it says SM marinara, and it is smooth marinara sauce, and it basically has all of the ingredients that I put in my spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to start with 2 of these. I'll still probably use a tomato sauce. I'll use the little Publix one that I want to get rid of, and of course I'll use tomato paste. So I got my vegetables out. My garlic was added towards the end. You can see how much they cook down. They are tender, but remember, this is going to cook all day. I'm now going to add the ground beef to my big Magnolite pot, and I'm going to get it to where it's granular. I'm not going for completely brown, and again, it's going to cook all day, so it's not necessary to completely brown it. I want to brown it and get as much grease as possible out. Just going to break my beef, my ground chuck, in here. Get that browning. Then I will remove what grease. Then I will put my onion, celery, and garlic back in here after I get the grease from this, as I just get it crumbled up. It's just easier to break it up with your fingers at the start. So I got my grease out, and I've got my onion, celery, garlic mixed back in, and this pot is hot. Yeah, this is a Magnolite pot. This sucker radiates heat. So now I'll begin to add my marinara sauce and see what else I need to put in there, from tomato sauce to tomato paste, and start building me up some spaghetti. I had to put on a bandana. I'm like a gangsta cook now. It is hot. These are from my homegrown tomatoes 2 years ago when I had a raised bed garden, which was much easier to garden in the upstate of South Carolina than doing rows down here on the coast in the sandy soil. So I got tomatoes growing in the garden, but I don't have any ripe tomatoes. So I'm really thankful for what I have in food storage. That's what I know is in it and that I grew. So it's only slightly loose, so I'm going to get another, not a marinara, I'm going to add one of my tomato sauces in. You never know how much you're going to use anything till you get your sauce to look like what you want it to. So far I've got 3 smooth marinara sauce, 1 chunky marinara sauce from Pints, and 2 pints of tomato sauce in my little baby Publix tomato sauce I want to get rid of. Hadn't added my tomato paste yet, that's a large can. So anyway, it is looking good, and oh, woo-wee, cold dog, it's good yet. So far it's looking real good. It's going to cook all day on low, and it will be fantabulous. Some people, a lot of recipes call for, to make it loose, add water. Why do I want to add water to spaghetti, which is a tomato sauce? I'm just going to add some of my own tomato sauce or my own marinara sauce that I can from my own vegetables. I don't want to add water. This is delicious. I don't need basil, anything, from my marinara sauce. I will be, because that's my super burner, I'll be putting it on the low simmer, but I will use one of those little heat diffusers. Keeps your pot from getting too hot on the bottom, because I am going out in the tide, which should be coming in about 45 minutes, and see what I can find out there to play with or catch on a hook. What I do add is chili powder. If I were using just tomato sauces and not my marinara, I would be adding basil. But I know I have enough chili powder when I have covered the top of this. You cannot mess spaghetti up. So that's about how much chili powder that I want to have in this. And then I'm just going to slowly mix it in. But it has a real nice thickness to it. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. And just keep testing it, tasting it to make sure till you find the depth of flavor that you like. And remember, you can over-season something. You can't take that away unless you were to add more meat or more sauce. So do it sparingly and just test it throughout the day as it sits here and cooks on low. But then I will be freezing these in Ziploc bags. Those Ziploc bags I will then work up into a food saver bag. I have not canned my own spaghetti sauce. I don't know why, but I just freeze it. I got a chest freezer. I know how not to let it freeze or burn. And I just don't want to take up, maybe I'm protecting my quart jars. I don't know. But for us to eat spaghetti, we'd be opening 2 every time. So anyway, it's just spaghetti. I'm just a mouse. And I just do my own thing and cook. So ground beef on sale, protected in food saver bags, my own marinara and tomato sauce, with the exception of a tomato paste and a tiny tomato sauce from Publix from back in my couponing days. It's how I used to save money, and then I went, you know what? I'm going to grow my own. So anyway, give spaghetti a try. Very affordable meal that you can stretch out. And most kids even love spaghetti. Have a great one. Mouse toes out. On the cooking part. Oh yeah, I forgot. Cover your pot. And I had to get my husband to lift it because it's so heavy. But I got my little heat diffuser at the bottom, and I got my super burner on the simmer medium. So I'll check it. Whoever comes in the kitchen, lifts the lid, gives it a stir, keeps it moving. Nobody's going to let this burn.